Coach, following the game on Saturday, you talked about how you were happy with the team's positioning and the technical play. You've had a chance to look over the tape now, coming into training on Monday. What other things did you notice from the game on Saturday, and what you'd like to see moving forward from it?
Well, I thought that, first of all, you're playing against an MLS team that's very good. They're very organized. I was able to spend some time with Caleb Porter after the game and listen to his ideas and thoughts on how to beat us. We've always known that was, if you're going to do it, that's how you would try to do it. So overall, the fact that we had an opportunity, with the penalty and a few others to score goals, and we really only gave up the one, but they created plenty of opportunities. I think we're doing really well. We're still learning. We still have guys that are just trying to figure out how we press, when we press, how we play out of the back, and those things that it takes time. So over time, I think that the team will continue to improve, but at this level, when you're playing against this type of opponent, I'm very pleased.
Having a chance to look through the tape, is there anything that you really want to focus on in the 2 days you have between the game and on Wednesday to get prepared for the Sporting game?
Well, we have to always look at the individual performances and evaluate them based on not just the opponent, but us as a team. We're going to mix it up a little bit, I think, with the rotation of the lineup and the setup of the team. But we're always looking at the three areas of the field to improve, in our build up, our creative phase, and in our final third, and then also how we defend in our press and in our line of five and in our emergency defending. So to say that there's any one specific thing, right now it's a very general approach to the team. We feel that we've been doing a really good job this preseason of staying focused on the totality of the game rather than just worrying about one small area, much like we did last year. So I'm very pleased with the coaching staff. I think that the team is picking up a lot of concepts really quickly, and we'll just take that approach going into the next game.
Coach, you mentioned after the game on Saturday that the kind of rotation you want to do with the team schedule being Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, with games leading into the regular season, that works very well for you and what you want to do with the roster and how you want to prepare for the regular season. Why is that?
Well, you never know exactly going into that first game and in preseason who's going to be the starting 11, and you hope that there's good competition. But the reality is everybody needs to be match fit when the season starts. And once we get going and we play T2, you may want to make rotations the next week or something like that, and guys have to be ready to go. So our job is to have all 22, 23 players on the team 90 minutes fit, and we play enough games in preseason that we can do it. So it's really important that we kind of follow the numbers and you follow the science in your preparation. You don't worry too much about results. You're focused on how your team is playing and how they're progressing physically.
On that note, as a coach, I guess it's still a little bit early before the preseason, but what kind of things are you keeping track of, and how are you beginning your process of knowing, okay, this is the starting 11 I want going into the regular season?
Well, like I said, every training, every game, we evaluate them individually. Every player is kind of rated amongst the staff, and I take my notes every day. And you go back and you look over the 6-week preseason, and you kind of see who's getting the 7s, the 8s, and the 9s, and who are getting the 5s and the 6s and the 7s. But really, it comes down to kind of the whole level of development. Character, how they're fitting in, what the team looks like. But I feel very good about the whole group right now. I know that I could put out any combination of players and feel like we'd be very competitive. So as we move forward, there's not any one thing that I look for. We know there's competition in the positions, and I'm going to have to make some tough decisions.
Is that a nice problem to have as a coach, though?
Oh, this is the best. Knowing that you've got 3 or 4 unbelievable wingers, we still have an attacking midfielder that's coming in. We have Jack Barmby almost fully fit from his slight injury against GCU, and Lagos and Rufat are very different, but both very good. Lambert and Schweitzer as the holding midfielders, and in the back we have 2 back fours that I think could start in most USL groups. So for me, it's just a matter of keeping all the players happy, and when they're not happy, letting them know why and being honest and upfront. And I think that's what we do very well here.
One other thing you mentioned after the game is that you felt, generally speaking, the team was right now playing a solid 20, 25 minutes, or sorry, 30 minutes, not so solid 20, 25 minutes, but obviously you're looking for them to play a good full 90. So how close do you think the team is to doing that? And, what do you expect to see, on this Wednesday and Saturday games in terms of getting toward that goal?
We're still 2.5 weeks away, almost 3 weeks away from the season opener. So I think that, by this Saturday, both groups, I'd look to be confident, through 45 to 60 minutes, maybe more. And then the following week, they should be hitting about 75, 80 minutes. And then going into that first game, they're going to have to be 90 minutes good, because we know it'll take that or more to beat T2.
And then last question, first game back at Casino Arizona Field for 2020. Supporters were on full force. Just how much do you enjoy finally getting to play in front of them, and kind of be in your own home and have that routine going for the season?
Oh, the players loved it, and for me it was exciting. It's still preseason, I think, for the fans as well. They're trying to figure out who the players are and who's wearing what number, and so I think we're still a little bit. We still have some practice. We have Wednesday night against Sporting Kansas City, and then Saturday against Real Salt Lake, and I think it's awesome for the fans to see our players play against some of the, not just the MLS best, but our country's best. Giassi's Artist, Darlington Nagbe, and guys from all over the world. The Costa Rican World Cup player at right wing the other night. So our guys are competing well, and I think that the fans should be proud of their team.